Добрый вечер.
Добрый.
Hi all. We decided to kind of go English today.
Добрый вечер. Okay, nice.
Добрый.
А можно чуть-чуть?
Hi all. Hello.
Спасибо. We decided to kind of
Hello, Алексей.
today.
Wow, I can see you.
Okay.
How many
Yeah.
years?
Uh,
Why are you hiding?
yeah,
Ivan?
guys, feel free to kind of make some inner noise while I kind of preparing mentally, because I'm not really good at public kind of stuff, but I have something to say. So
А Ваня специально выбрал шумное место на это время.
not really. I asked to make it a bit of kind of silent, so it's not really so noisy. It's okay. Can you hear me well, right?
Я говорю.
Okay, so I have kind of 4-minute countdown. I can see, wow, I can see a lot of people. Happy to see you there.
Do we have 4 more minutes to start before start?
Oh well, we have kind of not minutes related timing. We depend on Mitya and Pasha reasons, because kind of Tone Labs people are main rock stars today.
So maybe
Alex, you have a very bad internet connection.
Hey, if someone makes an interesting project, now you have 3 minutes to make an elevator pitch or kind of announce. Join our best NFT marketplace. Buy our waifus. Check out my Hello World debot. Oh, I can see Sergey Kalinin here. Sergey, could you kind of greet people? Maybe have something to say. Yes. Did you read the white paper?
Not yet.
And so why are you here? should we ask Mitya kind of, hey Mitya, it's too long. We don't read. It has no formatting. So please Could you please say a few words? Hey, John. Happy to see you there.
Hey.
How does it feel from inside the Tone Labs team to have such an update? Oh, Mitya is here.
I'm glad you guys decided to do it in English. Thank you.
Yes, of course. We love you. So,
Hey guys.
hey, Mitya.
Hey. Hey there.
How do you feel today?
I feel. How do I feel? It's a good question. Very good question.
Good evening.
I don't feel anything anymore, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
Just
You don't
totally,
even feel pain because
exactly. Totally
pain kind of is not compatible with work, right?
lack of feelings. Complete lack of feelings.
That makes you focused, right? You're kind of writing sort of a huge work, and it's on the kind of 95% stage, right? So what do you expect from community when you kind of saying please comment, etc.?
Comments.
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 We can only say that it lacks some photographs and short description because too long.
Exactly. Too long. Too many words. I'm sorry. Ouch.
Hey.
Ouch. It's
I'm
not
muted.
me. It's not me.
Yes. It's not you, of course. You have hypnotic voice. You can't do that.
Yeah, women tell me the same thing, you know, and that's much more important, I think.
Okay, will Pasha kind of join? Do you? Ah, Pasha, I can see you. Please, why don't you kind of please create some video so I will kind of add in and see your face. Hey,
you miss me, yeah? Really?
Yes, I miss you all, guys. Really missed you. So let's maybe should we start? So I propose to start with a kind of developer, some kind of developer story. So for now, we are working with kind of small elements, NFTs, tokens, votings, and when someone says that he kind of creates NFT marketplace, for example, it looks for me kind of like I created a abstract factory marketplace. Please kind of join the project. It will make a huge impact. So we are kind of on the early stage of creating a fundamental patterns which will kind of evolve in what you call operating system, and it should not be kind of sold, and it should not be a project. It should be free, right? The framework.
Is it a question?
It's kind of just my feelings before I kind of before the main before the main event, and the main event will be following. I will share my screen. Sorry, I will share my screen and propose you guys, Pavel and Mitya, to
read
play
the whole 50 pages out loud. Yeah.
No. I propose you to play a game. It's really short, and this game is about creating a simulation of community kind of life cycle. Okay, so that's it. So it's called Commons Simulator, and can you see it on my screen?
We can.
Great.
I mean, I can.
Yeah. So I kindly ask anyone to be silent, and the Mitya and Pasha, please solve the task. Please ping me when you're ready.
What do you want to do? I mean,
I want you to tell me what buttons to push.
oh, okay.
Okay, let's go. Pasha, are you here?
No, yes, I'm here, but I'm not sure that I can solve
Okay,
it right
basically.
now from my mobile
Okay,
phone.
that's
Yeah.
okay. That's really easy. So
let's not watch the intro.
you need
Let's
yeah,
skip
yeah,
it.
yeah.
We never read
Yeah.
guides. You know,
Yeah,
this is not for real hackers.
This is you know how to this is there is a button. Okay, so bam 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 bam.
Ivan, is
You
it
know,
somehow related
this is,
to?
yes. This
Okay.
I kind of really.
I think we only have 1 hour, so you know.
Yes. Don't kind of think that I'm.
Don't panic.
Yes.
Don't panic.
I just have this Zoom kind of floating panel, which.
Let's go. Come on. Push the button.
I see. I think the most exciting are subtitles. When you said like don't. I mean, it's interpreted like
someone asked me.
Duck.
Okay, so let's design.
Very nice.
Let's design the community. Imagine that you are creating a Freeton. Yes. Imagine that you are creating the Freeton from scratch. So how many initial members would you choose to kind of start the
that's kind of easy. 20. How many was 22? 23?
Okay, 23. Let's go. Next. Okay, so they will contribute the first round of funding. They have funds, some public funds, right?
Well, it's already kind of wait. That's already let's stop right here. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in period. Like the game is broken right now.
Why?
If there's 23 people need to provide funding, that's it.
No.
End of story. Close the game because
why?
That's the whole. That's the whole point of the first. That's the whole point of the first 10 pages of the fucking white paper.
Wait. You printed. Did you print the tokens? Did you sign the transaction to kind of initiate a 0 state with 5? Or maybe this is a tokens. This is a virtue. This is not a kind of funding in terms of. Okay. This is a.
So they didn't provide any money. Like they didn't provide any funding.
Yes, of course. Yes. Right. We chosen some amount of kind of initial proposals. Sorry, that was accidentally. So.
Ivan, please record the Zoom.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm happy. I'm happy that it is not recorded because kind of. Do you understand what the system asks you? How much you want to kind of
what is reserve versus funding?
Yeah, the reserve is kind of stuff which secures which is locked. This is value which almost don't flow.
But why it's static?
It's not static. It's just initial kind of.
Well, I would put initially like on 2% or 1% the funding pool. No.
Oh, okay. Very great. Please, that's what I wanted from you guys. Don't criticize me. Just decide the kind of business, okay? How much of the community funds can be distributed at any given time? So, kind of
on the funding pool, 100%.
100%.
Well, yeah. Well, why do you have funding pool if you don't distribute the funds? do you want to have a reserve of the fund?
No, I mean here I think they mean kind of we have several distributions. Maybe they have kind of several distributions, and each time the maximum value is, and we don't distribute, for example, at Triton 5 million at once, and we can't imagine this. So is there some limit? Fuck it. You did good. That's an interesting part. It really it is really a kind of a kind of soft majority voting, but this implies. So how can you expect the proposal to be kind of finalized to have kind of the decision? So how much time should be for a serious proposal to be decided, the life cycle of
90
proposal?
days.
90 days. Nice. That's also so.
What is exit? What is exit?
Yes. Imagine that when you receive a some reward, you have an option to give back to community and return something to funding pool. So you have an option.
I don't wait. I don't understand. Like, what is the
you received the reward in a contest. Would you kind of give something back to governments?
Yeah, absolutely, 30%.
30, right? Nice. Nice. 23 initial members, 3 initial proposals. The initial funds 2% of kind of the total value, and 10% average can be spent at a time. And to make it happen, the 90 days should kind of last, and 30% will be returned back. That will be short. It will calculate. I will kind of announce. It will calculate you the token value at some kind of period. It will calculate you the community kind of how they happy with stuff, and can you kind of, do you believe that it may be simulated or somehow modeled?
I'm not sure about 90 days because it depends on how really like well it's a lot of psychological things need to be.
Видеоконференция у них, офигеть. Я думал, сейчас так по-английски говорил, да?
Wow, we have some people there.
Yeah, you need a moderator.
Please move.
Yeah, I definitely need it.
You shouldn't distribute these links like freely, because then all sorts of people coming to the.
Yes, organizer can mute.
No, you can. You just kick. You just kick.
Oh, you just kick. Yeah, sure.
I will do it.
Well,
easy.
So, Ivan, what?
Vanya,
we have some noise.
I'm here. Yes.
Novi, I think it's the guy.
Oh, thank you. That's what I wanted from you to.
That's the only thing you need to know. Okay. Great.
Nice. We made it. Wow, the people are happy kind of with your. Wow. This is really kind of the Triton chart. remember. And yeah, some magic here happened. So
Is it your project? Ivan?
No. I just kind of it's a major tool for token engineering. It is really kind of interesting. Yes, I found it yesterday on Gitcoin. I just wanted to test it live. So yeah, should we start maybe? Mitya, could you please elaborate? You've read so kind a lot of stuff. And what do you what do you
random stuff?
What are you what are you happy with? Kind of the what do you think the most valuable or the most interesting, the most unique? Because some stuff is kind of general or understandable.
I don't think there is a general stuff there. Actually, I really think there is like I didn't include any kind of obvious stuff in there. There is none. I believe.
Maybe it's obvious because we have kind of a year of
something like
okay.
that.
Yeah, and so is there something? So yeah, I see something new and a lot of kind of unexpected stuff. But to be kind of
Vine, maybe you should formulate the question before you ask them, and not like trying to involve us in this mental, process of yours. Like,
let us start with Rust Cup. And
oh God, yes, Vanya. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let us start with Rust Cup. If you please close your sharing and give me to share your screen, I will show you just one picture that I think will tell you something about the Rust Cup. One second. Wait, I can't find it.
You're a host now.
I know, but I can't find it.
You see, you was promoted, Mitya, just recently.
Whoa.
So now it's your responsibility.
Wait a second. No, I'm just trying to find the file on my computer. That's all. It's much harder task than everything else. Believe me.
You see, Vanya was trying to find a file in his brain. File with questions.
Come on.
Search.
No,
Google search.
Just doesn't work. Somehow.
No luck.
What?
Bugs everywhere.
Yeah, I found it.
Mitya just trolled me and kind of acted like.
All right. So this
okay.
So this is the stuff. So yesterday, actually, we were running like we testing the version of the node and the network that will go live hopefully today, maybe tomorrow, because we're it's complicated. This is the TPS. So this is the TPS. God. This is the TPS of that network. Yeah, we just like this is the network running 128 nodes, and but that's our internal network. And well, it's not at full capacity. It's about 2/3 of the capacity, and we just broke the world record of transactions count, which is 50. It got to 55,000. Our Grafana crashed, like everything crashed.
Of course.
Everything fucking crashed.
Yeah.
The front now, in order to support that, just to see that, we have to, and what we're doing now is actually it's already set up. We have to create a cluster of Kafka cluster of don't remember 28 Kafka machines
Oh,
and like 40 Aranga databases just to withhold the load. It's a it's a major fucking stuff. So this is the status, like internal. This is internal status. Yeah, like that's what I'm working for, like for 3.5 years. I just want to kick that fucking ass, and we just, I think, did it. Of course, I don't know how it will behave on the, between the data centers or the, the real kind of network deployment, but nobody ever actually did the records on real network deployments. Like all the numbers that you hear from Solana, from, Tendermint and all that stuff, all these numbers are a simulation in one data center. Nobody did it like on real internet. So
amazing.
we will see. Yeah, we will see how it plays out. But well, I mean, from the kind of experience, we know that it's about 1/3 is lost when we move out of the data center. But even if we lose, well, and that's exactly why there is 1/3 which is missing in capacity. So we're kind of simulating and kind of can get probably maybe to 50, like 55,000, which would be a record breaking, I think. Right? So that's the status of RustCap. Now we are there. I don't think we need to stop now. I mean, that would be really pity, right? Don't you think? Like,
we need to continue.
Yeah, we need to continue before, like, and there are some caveats in the deployment of this monster, of course. It's very hard work. People are working like really 24 hours a day. It's a major effort. And a lot of engineering just last 2 weeks when we met, we actually, like when we met with this amount of transactions, like we had to, because we only could simulate, and simulate is not the same. Like you're simulating on the parser, you feed the Kafka with like 1 million Kafka transactions, whatever it means. But when you have a real Kafka transactions, you see that Kafka doesn't hold million real transactions, right? You need a cluster of Kafkas and stuff like that. So it's very hard thing engineering wise. Anyone who have ever built a high load systems, know that. And we're doing that in really like record times if you think about that. But the funniest thing about all that is like we spent 6 months to get to like 3,000 TPS, and we just 2 weeks to get to 60, because all this preparation work, and you can't really know if it will gonna work or not. But before every piece is there working, like nothing works, basically, nothing. Like you just need to believe. So you can imagine my state right now, because like I believed in this shit for 3 years, and it just happened last 2 weeks. So I might get a bit emotional on that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say about RustCap. So we are deploying this network now. It's there are some problems with sync right now we're trying to solve. And once it's solved, then we're going to, it's already in the master branch of our internal master branch. We'll push it to the public once we solve this sync problem. And then in the end, we will just, deploy it and ask everyone to join. Now, because we...
Да, Митя, вот на этой картинке начинает рассказывать, тебе надо...
We need to kind of... we need a lot of validators for that, because can you hear me, guys? I think I lost you.
No.
Yes, we hear you, Mitya. We hear you very well.
Okay. No, I'm losing you. Okay, so sometimes. So anyway, so we need a lot of validators. So that therefore we will, put our validators in there as well as all the rest of the RustCap validators, because we will need more. of the validators to withhold all that network. But anyway, and by the way, it has an excess capacity, meaning that in terms of validators, you can feed like around 9,000 validators into there. So this network that we will roll out to the Rust Cup now can withhold 9,000 validators, which gives it better, basically close to Ethereum, something in terms of decentralization. Oh, yeah, that's it, guys. I don't know. That's about Rust Cup.
Great job. Amazing work.
Anatoly, I just can't remember. Did you had something to say about Rust Cup, or maybe ask, or because
everyone immediately ran out of questions?
yeah, that was just the matrix was just kind of unexpected, so we are kind of sitting with
emotions, and Rust Cup was so long, so it's a kind of journey through Amazonka River till race launch. And now we can go.
Well, we last, you know, the race. We need to do the race. So
yes, we need to race.
Yeah, exactly.
Just I understood many problems what we had through this months. A couple of problems, and I saw the salvation of it, and that was great. That was great. I don't know any kind of blockchain solutions worldwide that can produce so much improvements in a couple of months, by the way, including testing, relaunching, and it was a great job.
Thank you very much. I mean, we of course, like we don't have 500 people working on that, so it's a lot of effort from the Node team, in particular infrastructure team, which were stretched to the like unbelievable, you know. But yeah, in the end, like this is like a dedication, probably demonstrates a dedication of the team to do that, and I want to thank everyone who you know, who did that. Great people. Yeah. So, but thank you for like sticking with us, believing in that, and you know, I know that it's been like frustrating in times, and I was like closing the chat, and I didn't want to see that chat like for a few days, sometimes in a row. I just didn't want to read that because like, you know, and I understand it's not, I wasn't mad or anything, because I understood like people, you know, a lot of time, a lot of money, frustration sometimes, and you know, maybe like you didn't talk to us or you didn't communicate, though we tried to explain everything, but we couldn't go that, you know, we just tried to do that as high level kind of explanations of what the direction we're trying to, like what the problem we're trying to solve at current time. We couldn't go into many details on that because it would not make most of the sense to most of the people, you know, because like, well, you kind of, if I would say to you like the garbage collection doesn't work, you're just thinking, what the fuck is garbage collection there, what it does, and so on and so forth. So you need to explain like a lot of things, which we obviously couldn't because of lack of time, and you know, so yeah, sorry for like if there was like miscommunications at times and on that, but you need just to understand that we had to choose.
It's impossible to communicate when you doing job. It's impossible.
Exactly. We had to choose like between would we like go level down communications, or we continue to push, you know, this because the amount of changes that was done over the last like 6 months was like just incredible. I just say the amount of code that has been written. I don't know. I didn't count, but yeah, but
it's impossible to count. Impossible.
It's just amazing. So yeah. Thanks. But let's push now. Let's not, rest on the laurels or anything like that. It's still internal tests, but we never saw those numbers before. Like never in my life, I didn't see that kind of numbers ever in any blockchain, any kind of, yeah.
One question, please. How long you can keep this TPS?
That's another amazing part. It's because of garbage collection. It's more or less constant. So we're not losing it on the network. Maybe there are fluctuations, of course, because of some nodes going down sometimes, maybe some, and because of that, some queries becoming long, and it takes time for them to blah blah. But so it goes like this. But more or less, it keeps the numbers.
But in time, 1 minute, 1 hour.
No, hours, with days.
Hours.
Like it keeps,
Okay.
We solved a lot. Garbage collection was very, very difficult. Kirill did amazing job as usually, and it was very hard to debug, because like it's really hard to debug this garbage collector in general. It's like
a complicated task.
Very, very complicated. Like last bug, it took Kirill, I think, a week to just find why like the cells were like some cells were destroyed by garbage collector that shouldn't be destroyed. And how do you even like starting to debug this thing? Yeah. So anyway, it was really, really hard. So yeah, great work on garbage collection. Of course, one important thing that we're talking about, the first really truly multi-sharded blockchain, multi-threaded and multi-sharded blockchain, because what you see here is 7 shards, actually real shards, not the threads. We're talking about 7 shards running, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 64 or 32 threads in each shard. So it's a real architecture that described in the white paper. It's different from the architecture that Nikolai proposed, but he didn't implement it. So we have implemented what is supposed to be, I think, what is correct architecture, and it's not the architecture described in Nikolai's white paper. Because like he was thinking that he could do sharding inside the chain, right, inside the work chain. From the very beginning, it was very clear to me that you cannot do that, and he didn't actually implement that. So what we added to this right now in last few days, and that's great work by Sergey, is support of work chains. And so this thing is running 7 work chains. It will run 10. It's actually like limitless. We can continue to build it. It's actually can go to million, believe it or not. Now I know Sasha would be very like now jumping all over, because this thing can actually go to 1 million transactions. Like it really can go to 1 million transactions if we just get, yeah, we just need like 100 shards, more or less 100 shards, 32 or 64 threads. But for 100 shards, we need like, well, 90,000 something validators or something like that. Well, up to, well, we can do with less, but anyway, we need a lot of validators. I don't think like anyone has this amount of validators right now, because you need a high performance. I'm not talking about, well, funny Ethereum, funny validators of the Raspberry Pi. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, really high performance validators. We even like, if we want to go to 1 million transactions, I don't know where, like it will cost huge amount of money just to get these validators on board, right? So, but in terms of like projections, why we don't see right now a limit, even practical limit, if we would need, like if we say in 1 month, you need to show 1 million transaction a second or die, I would take the bet, no problem. Like we can do that with this architecture, actually.
Fantastic.
Unbeatable.
I missed about for like 6 months, I think. 7. My projections was like I said by the beginning. I said by the end, sometimes by the end, maybe beginning 21. Sorry, we can do million transaction. Well, I've off by about half a year. I think it's sustainable. Yeah. Great job, everyone. Like really, validators, the technical team, just unbelievable. But let's see it's on the real network.
How much time we need to go to production?
Well, that's a whole entire different story, and because for last, all this
maybe.
Sorry.
Vinitanil, Vinizatznark.
Oh no, we don't. Well, in if you read Whitepaper, actually, I just talk about snarks and doesn't matter, ZKP in one small paragraph in the end of, I think, in the ice chain paragraph. Because, and the reason why is that because I didn't want, well, my whole perspective on the whole thing all the time, this last 3.5 years, was that we need to build a practical solution that we actually can build. Like,
yes,
we cannot say, well, this is great technology, let's do that. Despite the people actually thought I am. Like, if you ask Pavel, he probably still thinks that I am like want to do a research kind of stuff. I love research stuff, but my philosophy was always that we need to, our goal is to go with this rocket into the stratosphere, real stratosphere. But when you build a starship, you always sounds like you're always researching, despite the fact that you're actually building an engineering solution. But there is a subtle kind of border, gray area between when you need a research for real engineering stuff that you need to do in order to really get what you need, and the research that will take you don't know how much time. And right now, ZKP is still in the phase where you want to really use them for like broad solution. And I'm not talking about bridge to the Ethereum, right? Because you can do it for one type of transaction. Or I'm not talking about kind of Mina. Yeah, you can do Mina, but Mina, right? It's a fake kind of design. It says ZKP, but it's actually doesn't ZKP the state. And so you have a state, and it's kind of a little bit, marketing gimmick stuff. So we could include ZKP just as a gimmick stuff, but I don't do gimmicks. I don't like gimmicks. So when you talk about architecture for a real deployment in a network, for real engineering solution, I think ZKP can be fragmented, like fragmentary included, I would say, right? You can include ZKP here or there for a particular stuff, but you still cannot build a general like purpose thing for the ZKP. So no, it doesn't require ZKP. None in my paper, none the designs that I describe in the paper. Actually, our paper, I don't want to kind of, a lot of people who actually contributed to Whitepaper. So in our paper, there is no solution that really requires some ZKP or some research, deep research. We can implement whatever is not implemented yet. There's a lot of not implemented yet, but we can do that in a limited amount of time. I don't want to give, but it's still like it's a time that I believe is within the scope of our like engineering solution, not research, with open-end research. So yeah.
Thanks a lot.
But but the thing is that in terms of like when you say production, what we have been doing up until now, we were optimizing for speed, period. Like there's a huge amount of things we did just shortcuts, and we cut a lot of corners. like huge amount of corners. Now, when we will finish the Rust Cup and get this ship to stratosphere, this will be unmanned operation, and we will not put a man into that ship. Like it's still a long time before the safety, everything. In the next phase of what we are going to do is we will immediately after Rust Cup stops, we basically immediately will switch to a completely different engineering task, which is a safety task. And from there, like next months, we will be completely dedicated to bring this to production, meaning, manned manned mission. And for me, manned mission is like security, kind of security work and a lot of refactoring, a lot of kind of testing on top of that. Yeah, we have tests, by the way. Our test coverage is amazing on the node. Actually, it's like goes to, well, actually we didn't know, but then we asked Prevent the team to kind of validate the the node, or like the TVM and stuff, and we know there are bugs there. But when they did just count the coverage, they said they never saw a project with this amount of coverage. So it's like between 80 to 90% covered test. So we're not in the bed, but we know there are a lot of stuff we just didn't do properly, and we will have to do that properly. Like, do we have more question or what this agenda?
Everyone shocked, Mitya. You see. Okay, so
came here to talk about Whitepaper. Everyone said, "Forget your Whitepaper. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, more we need more transactions.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget about Whitepaper.
Yeah, forget about it. But it doesn't stop at transactions. Really, it has. I think if we would just stop with transactions, we would be just another Solana. And, I don't think we want to be another Solana. Well, there is another Solana already, which is called Solana. Yeah. I think that the vision that we wanted to kind of to introduce in the white paper is just larger than that. And I got a feedback today from some technical guys just saying that get rid of all the philosophy, leave just the technical thing. I want to comment on that maybe. Just I think it's a if you don't understand that the blockchain in general, money, like in general, economics in general, are tightly coupled, right? From the first line of the Bitcoin white paper, it's tightly coupled. If you don't understand that all of that is a social construct, you just don't understand shit. Really, you shouldn't do blockchains. Go program, I don't know, databases. This just doesn't work one without another. And the solution this thing tried to solve, like, why do we need 50, 60 million transactions per second? What's the point, right? Why? I mean, we already have Kafka databases in Amazon cloud that can sustain million transactions per second, right? So what's the point? Why do we need it to be in a blockchain? Well, it's not just because you can issue token, because issue token is an end thing. Okay, you issue token, you get some money, you go away. Maybe you think you don't need any philosophy. Well, the whole point is that if you issue token, you don't really, nobody will buy the token if there will not be a social construct about this, around this token and around the platform that gives you this. And Ethereum actually demonstrated that. The Bitcoin has demonstrated that. There is simply like no way you can create this project without expressing what this project is about, and pardon my French, ideologically.
Yes.
It just cannot be. That's all. So this is just answering this comment that I got.
Sorry guys, I missed the moment when Sergey and Alex raised hands. Please shoot your questions.
Hey guys, Mitya, congratulations with such incredible figures. I would like to ask you some point out from a white paper. For me personally, interesting to know a little bit more about decentralized venture fund. It's very interesting structure. I would like to divide to two questions. First of all, in the entire structure of Freeton subgovernance, to which one could we address all these issues with venture funds? What kind, which subgovernance will develop this idea? And secondly, what do you think in terms of legislation, I would say, because when we see venture funds definition, it looks like people can dropped into Howey test, all that stuff with security issues and so on. What do you think, how we solve this issue in terms of regulations? Because venture funds, it's strictly regulated entity, something like that. Thank you.
It's a great question, actually. It's really important because well, everything that we wanted to put in the white paper, every idea there is radical. Like if you think about that, is a white paper of radical ideas, and that's why I actually quote, Malik about the radical ideas in the beginning of the paper. This is one of the radical ideas even for Freeton. And the reason is that I thought, like, we have a year of the work of the contests and everything, and what is missing? I was like thinking, what is missing really? Why I'm not 100% comfortable with what we have right now? And then at some point I got it. There is a portion of the system which makes me uncomfortable. And this portion is socialist one. We distribute the funds in a socialistic manner, in a way, if you think about that. There is no real connection between the funds that we distribute, the results that we get, and entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship is the most critical part to the growth of any ecosystem, like economic system, okay? And that has been, I think, first proposed and described, and actually in quite details by Ogun, again, by my favorite Ogun Bambawerk in his work. Actually, many economists after that said that he didn't, but in fact, there is even a scientific work just proving that he did, and he described it very well even in his Marx critics. When he critiques Capital of Marx, he actually talk about the role of entrepreneur in the Austrian economic system. And the entrepreneur is the most important driver force behind any economics within any system, and Freeton definitely included. And we're kind of missing it. We have it. There are many teams right now who actually build business around working on Freeton and participating in contests and so on and so forth. But it's it's a little bit like right now they work in a mode of, if you think about that, you have companies like, you have a lot of that in where a lot of public funding happens, like in France, for example, and in Russia. You have these companies that works almost like socialistic conglomerates, where they just fed by this funding all the time, and they're not developing their own projects like entrepreneurs for getting revenues and live out of this revenue. So it creates kind of wrong model in a way. Well, entrepreneurs are just working for the fund and not for, and basically they're losing the entrepreneurship a little bit, because yeah, there is entrepreneurship in order to, like, because the risk it, and that's the beauty of meritocratic token distribution model, is that you do have to take a risk. And we see that a lot of companies, a lot of teams are not coming to Freeton, and they're not coming to Freeton because they don't like to take the risk. Even despite the risk is very limited right now. Like if you come with a good solution, you almost always win some place in the contest. Like there's like almost guaranteed. But still the people are, even that small amount of risk is enough to deter a lot of people from, and that's a good thing, because actually without that, we would have a complete, just total socialistic kind of approach. But then, like, I thought, can we enhance that? Like, can we bring more of the spirit of entrepreneurship? And the idea that I had to do that is a very simple thing, is that, we have like this blockchain-based economy now. We had this model of governance tokens, where governance tokens is a decentralized, basically it's a decentralized shareholding. And I'm sorry, fuck the SEC. I really don't care at this point, because they are so outdated in their thinking. Even if I will think all the time about how they think, when I say think, I just got mad, So let's just forget about this bullshit. And that's probably to your question about regulations. Regulations will change, okay? This is new reality. This is new economic reality. The regulations will follow, okay? They will change, period. There will be countries, as usual, who are reactionaries and will always stay behind. And they in this cycle, they always stay behind, and they will stay behind another time, like they did always. And that includes Russia, that includes China. Yeah, China get a boom. Okay, this boom will pass because they are not joining the new reality. Okay, they will just miss it again and yet again. For 1,000 years, they will miss it. They will miss it. So
civilization missed. Civilization missed.
Yes, exactly. So, but anyway, so that's about regulation. I don't want to think about regulation. So it's then very simple thing, right? You have a governance tokens, which is what kind of decentralized shareholding means, like real DAO, right? So you have the DAO, you have the governance tokens. And if you want to, this is a great tool. Why don't we kind of, if we get the funding to the entrepreneur, why don't we say to entrepreneur, actually, if you want to get funds from us, you just create your project, not as just a work on the contest, but as a project that can actually bring revenues to you, and it will be sustainable to you or to the, doesn't matter, to the smart contract, okay? And then if you do that, then you then go and distribute your governance tokens. And because we give you money to launch your project in the beginning, give us some portion of it. That's the idea. Now, I don't know about details, what sub-governance, how it will be, implemented in the end, what portion. Like, it's a great question of what portion, right? So it's a lot of work, including algorithmic work, that we need to do on that. And we probably, I would like to write another paper just on that subject, and it's a very interesting subject. But this is the idea. And my idea is, if it works, then we should move all the contests to that. Like no exceptions. So if you want to participate in the contest, you create a project that actually can live after you, and which has a governance tokens, governance models and people who want to buy your or participate in your governance model, because this will indicate that your project is good. Maybe if you do that also, you may not even require judges. There are a lot of kind of things that you can, like a lot of directions you can think about in that context. But I just wanted to formulate this idea that we, as a Tone token, Tone crystal, want to be in a position where the Tone crystal is actually a participatory token. Participatory token? Does it exist even? Anyway.
What?
Yeah, participatory token. And a token that that actually not only has limited supply, as I suggest in the paper, like we should stop printing that. Even doesn't matter what small amount we're printing right now, we should stop printing that. So it's not only like Bitcoin store of value stuff, but it also has a participates in all the projects that this token has actually helped to initiate through the meritocratic token distribution. That for me, it's kind of closing the cycle. Now we really have an economy. We really have an economy, right? Something like that.
Thank you very much. I will try to participate in developing this issue. Thank you.
We have some kind of questions from a Russian part of community. They are kind
Wait, there is a question, and I think in the chat.
Oh yeah,
before.
yeah. Let's.
Yeah, blockchain technology has been around for almost a decade and a half. Why, in your opinion, did they start developing a true decentralized management system only today? What prevented you from doing this before? The document says that the cryptocurrency that provides economic incentive for a decentralized computer, which we call a blockchain, is inseparable from the technology that the blockchain is endowed with. Could you explain how it is using examples? In this section, meritocratic token distribution, you talk about an interesting and important feature of free tone, which will soon be tested management tokens. That's what we just discussed. Did I understand correctly that these tokens will be awarded to the winners? Yeah, I mean, okay, it's vice versa. Okay, I hope I answered that question already. How will tone crystals be distributed and used in this case? They'll just answer it. How will the value of tone crystal be related to the value of the management? Yeah, exactly. It will absorb all the value of all these management tokens, governance tokens. Let's not call them management tokens, governance tokens. And then, of course, it will grow together. It actually will capture not just the gas price of the platform, but also all the projects which I think it's fair. If you like, yeah, think about that. You capture, when you publicly funded that, you capture some value of this governance tokens into your main token together with the gas price, and then which will allow you actually to go much lower on the gas price, because the token will grow. Well, not only because of its store value, but it's also because it's capturing some portion of the value of all these projects that you have built or helped build. You pay enough attention to the need to develop an analog of GitHub on Freeton. Yeah. Are this already those who will do this? Well, no, we will run the contest, obviously. So I'm coming back to this cryptocurrency, the provide economic incentive for this computer, and inseparable from technology. Yeah, because as I said, like Bitcoin proved that it's inseparable, because you cannot just you need to have an economic incentive to run the decentralized computer, otherwise nobody will run it. Period. Very simple. So it's inseparable. You cannot, and the blockchain without that incentive is, pardon my French again, fucking Hyperledger. And the private blockchains, which I don't think even it's a oxymoron even putting these two words together, like private blockchain. What? Private, it's like private public. I don't know. It's like secret public in one word. So anyway, hope that answered this.
Mitya, I guess you have 2 minutes only.
Well,
so I got through kind of Russian questions, and the most interesting are how from a user perspective, how does it feel to see a Freeton as a global operation system, and what are use cases of how is it kind of
well,
like?
we kind of, you know the answer already. We kind of almost half there, or even more. Like you open Surf today, you can call a dbot. This is a decentralized interface. This is a completely decentralized interface. It's a web-free vision, and you can experience that right now in the interface. And there will be more interfaces like that, and more. And the user experience will evolve and will be better and better all the time. But that's really it. It's like, how do you experience Windows and I remember the moment when the Windows.
Yeah, really understood it. It doesn't need to be elaborated.
Okay, all right.
So the more interesting is about not coin. Will some tone crystals are locked for this now?
Of course. Big part of tone. I believe, again, it's just my view, and of course that's for you to decide, basically.
Yeah.
But I believe what we wrote with Andrew in this not a tone binary system paper, that we believe that the large portion of free tone native token like Crystal need to be locked to guarantee the auction reserve for the stable.
Right. And do you plan to lock tokens for some other kind of mechanics, or this stable will kind of be a single and a unique one with a huge amount of reserve?
Do you? I don't know. I mean, I don't at the moment, but maybe someone will come and propose like a great way to do that, and we can.
Yeah, people write with such a wording, kind of a you. Yeah, right. I feel the same.
I'm just proposing stuff, and building it.
Yeah. So. And the question from the developer side, ice chains, drive chains, pipe chain, how long it will take to explain it to developers and transfer?
Oh, I hope that I understand the question.
Transfer the community to actively using it as it were before.
Again, what I think we described in the white paper is the decentralized Unix. All right. I think the centralized Unix took sometimes to get, but then it just completely eliminated all other systems.
Yeah, for now, this is a standard de facto, the industrial standard of storage, and it is much more like block. It looks like blockchain from inside. There are kind of atomic actions which are,
We took Unix as a really like as a model, and I think because of that, the operating system will it will take time, but people are getting that. They are right now actively using this, like debots are written all the time, and then now the pipe chain is actually just been added to debots, already developed, by the way.
Yeah, and basically this may be kind of understood. Do I understand well that the pipe chain is kind of the flow of user interactions between kind of
the pipe chain is a very simple example. You take the text input of the debot, and instead of it being text input step by step, you just basically explore that as just one. You basically create a pipe chain, and it will be just by one button, which will basically take all the actions and run them, one as a sequence. And the output of the previous action will be an input to the next one, exactly like in pipes.
Okay.
And so you can create the web pages with buttons from debots.
And speaking about drive versus ice, is it kind of like cold and
absolutely. So it's a hard disk.
Some data the memory and the storage, right?
No. I just said it's like you have a hard drive. That's what drive chain is, a hard drive of this operating system. And you mount it, and once you mounted it, you have additional capacity, and it's a hot capacity, and that's why one of the reasons why I'm not currently proposing to use ZKPs there is because I think it need to be really fast, like your hard drive is. Like if you want to get file, read file, write file, it should be really fast operations. You should not wait until ZKP is calculated over that, which takes a few minutes. So I really see it as a very fast but long-term storage. So like you put in a hard drive. Now, if you want some lower kind of lower cost, even lower cost, long-term storage, which doesn't need, it will take time to retrieve, right? But it will be much cheaper. Then, you know, you can create ice chain, mount that, and it would be like you putting tape, you connecting tape to the Unix machine, basically.
Yeah, and the last few from me. The reason why I was blown out at the start of the event were the huge amount of new concepts and a futuristic kind of design of the system, which kind of make some brain damage for me. So apologies. And
radical stuff. And remember,
yeah, this is kind of radical stuff. And how do you think? Well, in terms of kind of your favorite concept of time and deadline, how many not years, but kind of 5-year milestones, or not?
I don't think.
Can you elaborate?
I don't think in 5 years. Yeah. I don't think in these terms. Like 5 years for me is almost another life. You know. But yeah, it can take 5 years. I'm just saying, like, I'm not optimizing for 5 years. Can it take 5 years? Yeah, I mean, depends on what you mean done, right? The definition of done. When everything, but we don't even know if everything will be in a form that's described in white paper in the end, right? Because when you realize, well, like no solution in the blockchain world today is really 100% following their own white paper, right? It's impossible, and that's fine. So it's a bunch of ideas that can be implemented quite fast. That's what I think, right? And in the next step, and I will tell you about next step. The next step is actually after I finish completely all that, and there is still work into that draft that a lot of people actually contributing now to this draft. So it will take some maybe a couple of weeks to get that to the kind of final stage where we say, okay, it's final. For now. Next thing we will do, or I will do, is I will sit down and I will write the contest for every fucking concept that isn't described in this white paper. And then I will propose just to go and to implement it. Then it's a question of talking to you, to the community. When do you want to launch this contest? Who would want to launch this contest? How many developers will participate? And we will definitely participate if the schedule will not be too crazy. So just,
And, yeah, the answer, I like that answer. And can you kind of, do you expect for community to kind of understand the need for that? Because I think the majority of kind of people are happy with state of the art, and this is a problem. I'm not kind of.
I'm really, guys. I mean, from my perspective, like I'm trying to put the fucking rocket to the stratosphere. You may be fine with flying, in your little plane. Fine. You mean it's there, use it, but let me build my rocket ship. Please.
Yeah, the Tonic source code really demonstrates that it's possible, kind of, because just man just sat down, spent a few months, and then wrote fucking smart contract. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you of course you can do it, and that should be that definitely should be community effort. Everyone could take. I hope these ideas will like resonate with some of the concepts, with some of the people, and these people will, would be happy to kind of take this and contribute and develop and develop for. I don't have any problem with like if someone will come and say, I mean, this is not such a good idea, but I have a better idea. Of course.
And the most sexy idea from the white paper for me, for example, is a reliable external message delivery protocol. And this is something
here. You see, it resonates with you
here and now. So
it's already Yeah, it's already kind of an implementation. Dimas Stuckenberg is working on that for a couple of months already. So we have MVP on that already, and we want. Yeah, I want this protocol. Actually, I think it will be first to be kind of. If I would propose a contest, that would be probably the first contest I would propose, because I tell them this is from the user perspective. This is definitely like the most impactful one, because it will solve so many problems of this.
The decrease of costs and because for now I want kind of build a relay and better transactions and build dirty stuff, because kind of several things are not possible with okay, don't spend time on that. And when we will disable the C++ nodes and how
it's a hell of a jump. Yeah, well, we need first, as I said in the beginning, there is a stage right now that will be like the stage of the security stage, and once we pass that, then we will talk about and think and talk about migration.
Oh yeah, okay. So
and there is the migration is actually migration itself. The mechanism is described in the white paper. In a very general terms, but
yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's more or less the protocol that will be developed for that. So one day there will be one key block from which the C++ nodes will stop and the Rust nodes will continue. That's all. I mean, of course, if some of the community would like to support the C++ node with all that stuff, you know, it's honorable effort.
Really you have so great soft skill.
You know, I would you know, take my head off, definitely. Cannot express it more.
Some people by the way are kind of stopped the efforts for that, as far as I know.
Yeah, and I kind of understand them, you know. That's all I can say.
What is not really good is that they disappeared at all.
We don't. They're the mysterious way of mysterious people. That's fine. Well, but they disappeared probably because they just thought that they will, you know, do C++ node, and then they realized, whoa, not so fast.
Okay. So
there is Dmitry, I think, that wants to ask.
Yeah, let's go. Dmitry Sobolev, please shoot your question.
I think it was just accidental hand raising. Anyway, should we wrap up?
Oh, maybe I will find some blitz last question, the most sweetie one. The most sweetie one. Let's make it in this year. At least Rust plus.
We definitely wants to switch this year. Definitely.
At least because,
of course, I mean, well, we don't know what including that. I mean, yeah. So our but anything can happen, you know.
Dmitry still asks for his kind of he asks to read the hashtag questions. Sorry guys, Russian community, but I got through that questions, and the answers are kind of in the outer metaverse, and we kind of switched the paradigm for now, okay? Because the questions are really out of context. Like what will happen when validators kind of stop receive the rewards? They will maybe.
The validators will not stop receiving rewards. Who said that? I said we won't print new tokens. I didn't say that rewards should stop. Read the white paper. It's all there, guys. Can't express it more. You will get rewards. That the rewards will go from the giver. That's all. Nothing will change from your perspective. Completely.
Oh,
nothing. Like we did. Actually, like it's in line with my proposal of the Rust Cup rewards. Actually, structure. Remember why you all here? And this is like so the rewards, like additional rewards, would be paid from the giver. Now I propose to take the giver and pay all the rewards from there for validators. And I think we have enough tokens to pay rewards for like whatever foreseeable future before the transaction and the token price will start increasing and yeah.
And you know that the tokens must flow like spice. It's a constant amount of tokens, and they not disappear, right? So
no, they actually the thing with Freeton, we cannot burn tokens. There is no way to burn tokens. We can only send them to the address that supposedly nobody has keys
to mine
for.
wallet.
Oh, there is
exactly.
There is a kind of a new stuff called token engineering, and you really don't kind of, for now, we don't really understand what we can do with token value. We can move it to the future. We can kind of introduce mechanics which kind of make interesting stuff. So
yeah. To tell you the truth about this game, I mean, it's just a game. I'm not sure it can predict really, because it's a little bit stupid. But
yeah, so
it's fun.
Dmitry Sobolev said that he has pretty shitty internet, but he asked the question: how about 3K? Okay, how about 3K proposal compensation to validators? What do you think?
Oh, that's completely beyond this topic of the call. I mean, frankly speaking, like really, if you ask me, I did not read it. I just didn't have time to read it because you can do it without me.
There is no time for it, I guess.
I just didn't have time to read
for
it.
records.
Nice. And did you wrote kind of the alternative?
No. I didn't. Of course, I mean, if I would write alternative, I would definitely read it. But no, I didn't have a single moment of time to read the proposal that you have guys did. But I trust, the community will do the best for the validators. If they're if you really require my attention to that, please, shoot. I will. But I'm sure that
you announced some thoughts on the topic, kind of that you have some.
Yeah,
thoughts on the topic.
I did.
Suddenly, but suddenly you kind of make full silence, and the community kind of wants an answer.
Oh no, but then when I would do that, of course. But then someone came to the chat and said, "Listen, we have a proposal." And I said, I didn't read the proposal. I just said, put it on the forum. That's it. And the guys put it on the forum, and now we have a proposal, and everybody is happy. I'm happy. What's the problem? You don't need me if someone did a great job already. It's fine. Should we wrap up, guys?
That was the Joker answer, because you're the only man on the earth who can say A and not say B, unless you don't want to say B. Okay.
State. That's my state.
Finally, no one has any comments and questions, and we kind of get this 20 minutes forward. That's really an achievement. Mitya.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. It's an amazing work.
Thanks, guys. Amazing contribution from everyone. Thank you very much.
If someone wants to leave the Zoom call, you can just...
I'm going to leave the Zoom call
right
now.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Free to leave.
Oh my God.
Mitya takes so much kind of atmosphere that I really think that someone wants to say something, but can't. So Mitya is not here now. So please, if no, okay, just leave one by one. I will stay here because this is my room.
I think if we finish now, we can switch off the record.
I don't like the notion of official finish or starts or something. I just started a call for community to kind of speak with each other. We finished, that's all. Толик, помнишь эти великородовские звонки?
Ваня, выключи красный свет. Что ты как в это самое, в Амстердаме?
Это такой environment. Мне надо было к зарядке присесть, так что я могу сделать?
Да практически ничего.
Так что, какой у тебя стартап? Да, сейчас. Так что?
Ни у кого никаких вопросов, мыслей, высказываний нет?
Ну, у меня есть, я все не могу успокоиться со своим venture funds. Где лучше эту тему все-таки прокачать или развивать, или, может быть, где-то ее проапдейтить?
В двух словах еще раз, что, о чем, почем, зачем?
Ну, в Whitepaper есть такая дефиниция децентрализованный venture funds. По сути, это, в принципе, такая организация, которая будет финансировать, в принципе, предпринимательство. И мне просто интересно с организационной точки зрения, как бы это могло работать. Вот, чисто практически посмотреть, может быть, сделать какую-то там пилотную организацию. То есть пока не понимаю, куда с этим, где этот вопрос может обсуждаться, вот как-то так.
Можно начать с каких-то кулуарных обсуждений с людьми, которые это интересно, и потом какой-то драфт этого предложения выдвигать. Не знаю, либо пилить сразу что-то.
Нет, видимо, для этого надо делать отдельный спецсобгав, который будет заниматься венчурными инвестициями. Да. Это должны быть, во-первых, финансисты, во-вторых, аналитики, безопасники, ну и так далее. То, что по полной программе, как называется.
Ну, финансисты, вот я поэтому и обсуждаю, поскольку это по моей части.
Нет, дело в том, что финансирование без безопасников и аналитики, ну, это безумие.
Ну, я имею в виду больше, наверное, такую идеологическую часть, потому что это экономическая деятельность, это, по сути, инвестиционный менеджмент, где-то даже портфельный менеджмент. То есть
совершенно верно. А в этом смысле как раз и важна аналитика проекта, безопасность проекта, который собирается финансироваться. Поэтому без этих составных частей, это, что называется, 3 составные части марксизма.
Не, согласен. То есть ты говоришь больше уже про частности, а я говорю про общее, чтобы понять какой-то фреймворк вообще для этого описать и как это будет может быть стандартизованно функционировать.
Никак. Вот как придумаем, так и будет.
Ну, то есть я вот и хочу как-то инициировать этот дискашн.
Не вопрос. Предложение, сабгав.
То есть я правильно понимаю, что сейчас никакой сабгав особо под это не заточен, это нужно что-то мастерить новое?
Нет, особо не заточен. Есть сабгав аналитики, есть сабгав того самого DeFi финансов. Значит, надо из них какой-то лепить, видимо, гибрид.
Ну вот было бы неплохо, я бы готов был поучаствовать как минимум.
Но это надо с ними обсуждать, с активными членами сабгавов, аналитики, DeFi, ну и, скорее всего, да, аналитики, DeFi, кто-то, наверное, еще. кто может заниматься анализом проектов, но здесь, скорее всего, надо будет привлекать на временной основе из профильного сабгава в зависимости от направления проекта. Это если это какая-то разработка смарт-контрактов или это продвижение в средствах массовой информации, или там то, сё, пятое, десятое, ну, соответственно, из профильного сабгава привлекать для анализа проекта.
Я постараюсь все-таки чуть-чуть, если есть желание и время, там пару слов на эту тему.
Ну, это вот так вот просто навскидку, что называется.
Я к чему?
Фантазировал.
То есть мы сейчас больше, все разговоры в этом смысле крутятся вокруг, ну, плюс-минус больше вокруг технической части, кого откуда притянуть, как-то все оценивать. Если попытаться принести некоторую экспертизу из венчурного финансирования и инвестиционного менеджмента, где у меня бэкграунд, там есть интересные конструкции, которые вот просто интересно было бы мне посмотреть, можно ли применить, например, венчурный фонд – это всегда структура LP, GP, то есть Limited Partners и General Partners, который это все там ведет. Вот тут...
Сейчас, Сергей, насчет того, как ты вот, какие возможные механики. Возможная механика напечатай токен и, не знаю, и пообещай что-то, ну, не знаю, за это. Или сделай какую-то
Ты
механику.
правильно говоришь, что вот у тебя ключевое слово «не знаю», поскольку здесь получается, что мы мыслим такой обычной парадигме. Давайте что-то напечатаем и распределим. А на самом деле из этого можно сделать как венчурный фонд – это организация, которая преследует, там, ну, слово организация не будет там заостряться. То есть это может быть некое образование, в которое люди могут входить и выходить как инвесторы, как партнеры. Вот,
Нет, подожди, давай сначала. Венчурный фонд создается для того, чтобы инвесторы этого венчурного фонда в конце концов получили какую-то прибыль от деятельности этого фонда.
Так, есть такое. Да.
Это первое.
Да.
Второе. Венчурный фонд ищет проекты из, ну, грубо говоря, перерывая горы руды, ищет там алмазик.
Да.
Для того, чтобы этот алмазик реально рассмотреть, нужны, в общем, достаточно квалифицированные специалисты.
Так, это понятно.
Соответственно, специалисты из достаточно разных областей. Тут начинается следующий вопрос. Как венчурный фонд будет находить контракты? То есть, грубо говоря, где он будет эту руду искать? Он будет сам бегать по базару и искать, либо он будет сидеть на попе ровно и ждать, когда ему чего-то принесут.
Ну, это миксованный подход, на самом деле, как обычно.
Ну, естественно, да, это я так уж. Дальше. В связи с этим у нас возникает вопрос, самый главный, который у нас возникает регулярно и практически на каждом обсуждении, заходящем в эту сторону, по привлечению новых ресурсов во фритон, у нас возникают вопросы к сабгаву с ММЭ и Public Relation, как они там еще называются, не помню. Потому что они, похоже, там мышей совершенно не ловят, и все привлечения как-то, в общем, не случаются, несмотря на то, что на это тратятся какие-то безумные деньги. За последний год в привлечение новых членов в комьюнити было потрачено, ну, в общем, далеко не 1 миллион токенов. Очень даже не один. А вот судя, например, по...
Сергей, одну секунду.
Да.
Момент организационный. Ты хост теперь. Это значит, что я могу, например, ливнуть, митинг останется. Поэтому ты рулишь.
Я хост?
Да.
Очуметь, спасибо.
А я, может, еще потом подслушаю.
Ну, да, хорошо. Вот. Просто возьмем, например, чат в Телеграме. Отлично. Запись остановлена. Это так оставить или запустить запись?
Да нет, диалог просто идет.
Хорошо. Просто вот возьмем Telegram. Посмотрим в группу.
Трансляцию остановите, пожалуйста.
А это не я